Hey guys, well this is a bit frustrating. Woke up this morning to no internet. I think there's a problem in our area because the phone lines are down as well. But it's Monday, which is normally my order processing time, and I can't wrap any orders because I can't access my label printer because it's got to be linked to my network, which is all down. So I'm also a bit stressed because I can't carry on pressing any mugs because I use Photoshop, which is how I lay out all of my designs and things, but I also lay out my print files and I print them directly from Photoshop, which obviously needs to be connected to the internet, so I can't do that either. So I'm kind of just like a bit lost, and that's really silly. I know that's a really silly thing when you don't have internet, but it really throws you off, especially like I said on a Monday, when I'm usually quite rigid on a Monday and I do the same kind of things, the same kind of jobs to get done. And I can't. So you might hear my oven in the background because I made banana bread this morning. I'm going to package some cards. They're actually Seconds cards. In fact, I've got them here. I'll show you. These are Seconds Christmas cards. Can you see at the bottom? I don't know if it's going to pick that up. Anyway, the problem was when they printed, the design, the setting was wrong. Something happened anyway, and the design was so low that it cut the bottom off on this white strip, which took off the little tails of the letter G's. So I've penned them in, not very neatly, unfortunately, just so I can give them away as seconds. But I'm still going to package them. They obviously need to go with an envelope, so they're on my desk. I'll do them, and then I'm going to have a good tidy. Actually, all my desks need to be cleared and dusted down. And I'm just going to kind of do things like that today. So let's carry on with that while we wait for the internet to hopefully come back on. So my paper cutter that I have, which is this one, you'll see, you just see me wiping it down. The back of it has always done this. So since I got this hinge, it dusts off this tiny, tiny little black dust, which is obviously coming from the two bits of black metal. It's like the paint is flaking off, but it's such a weird fine dust that it marks anything that it touches. So I've got white desks obviously, and I only learned this because it's actually marked the top of my unit that the paper cutter sits on. So you'll see that I use the plastic top off of a crisp tube to catch the little like dusty black. It'll just look like dust on the camera, it's not, but it's actually black. And when it touches water, it goes into like a paint. It's like a paint and it's really stainy. So that's why I have a random crisp tube always on my desk, because it's the right height to sort of slot underneath the paper cutter, and it just catches all these little flecks that come off. So yeah, if you have the same paper cutter and you're having the same problems, crisp tube tops are very handy. So after me printing all those mugs last week for my wholesale orders, I actually have 3 seconds mugs that happened. And the reason was that the mug press, so when you close the mug press over and it tightens around the mug, I had the settings slightly wrong and it was pushing the mug papers. It was too tight and it was sort of slipping the mug papers a little bit when it was in the heat press, which makes the print come out a little bit fuzzy. And that's what's happened on these mugs. So I've got 2, let me put this one down, 2 Spring Gardener ones. So I think hopefully you'll be able to see this. Is it going to... Ah, please focus. This side is fine on this mug, but when I turn it round, I wonder if it'll show up. Can you see that? Probably just looks the same on the camera. Anyway, this side is a little bit fuzzy, and I've unfortunately got 2 mugs of the Spring Gardener one that turned out fuzzy. And also, one of the badger ones is a slightly fuzzy on one side, and again, it's like, it's not massive, you're never going to see. That's the fuzzy side, and then that side, I don't think it's gonna. This is what happens when you try and film on your phone. It's not the best. I promise you, this side is less fuzzy than this side. But I've got 3 of these little seconds mugs. All the seconds mugs I still sell on my Etsy shop, and I put them down to half price because obviously it's a perfectly fine working mug. It's just there might be something wrong with the print, like this ones are sometimes fuzzy. Some of them have got fading on the edges, or some of them there's like a little mark or something that I've not seen and I've wrapped it in. And pressed it on. So that's what the seconds mugs are, but they're all absolutely fine. Still good for gifting as well, and definitely the enamel ones, if you're an outside person, these are perfect for them. So go and check out my Etsy shop if you would like a half price mug. So my sister started her own candle company. It's called the Tay Candle Co. You'll find her over on Facebook and on Instagram, and I'll put the links to her down in my description box below. She gave me this beautiful candle for my birthday. This is a special candle that she makes. Usually the candle jars that she has are black matte, they're really lovely. This one is white because it's a special edition. It is the agate collection, and on the top, can you see, there's real pieces of agate which is collected along the River Tay, which is up near where she lives. And the River Tay and the surrounding areas are the inspiration for her business. And I love this so much, and it smells amazing, just like all of our candles. They really do smell amazing. They also burn perfectly, so you're just left with the empty glass jar. There's no like weird hole with lots of wax left like you get with a lot of candles. They burn really well. It's soya wax. And they're just beautiful. But right now, it's too pretty for me to burn. So it's going to sit on the side, but you can still smell it. It's amazing. They are like little perfume bags for your room until you even light them, and then obviously they're better. But I'm going to keep it a little bit longer before I burn it. But when I do choose to burn this one, I'll show you what it looks like when it's burning, but it's beautiful. But I just want to keep it just now for a little bit longer because it's so pretty. I've also tried all of the other scents that she does. She does them in small sizes, medium sizes, and this is the large size that she does. I don't think, now double check this because I don't know when you're watching this, double check, but I don't think our Etsy shop is up and running at the moment, but she can still post to you in the UK if you message her Facebook page. I don't know about sending abroad, again, it's very new business, but candles and the burning of candles and the safety requirements of selling candles is different depending on different countries. So because she's a startup, she's just dealing with the UK at the moment, but do please go over, like her pages and follow along, because I'm sure if it ever comes to it that she's able to sell abroad, she absolutely will do. But she would love some likes and some shares as any new business would. So thank you. help keep myself organised for my business, I love making lists, and I actually make weekly lists, and I use my weekly planners. Now these weekly planners are ones that I have designed myself. They've got Monday through Friday, space for the weekend and space for notes on them, and I religiously use these every week to keep myself organised because I find it so helpful. I write down my meetings, I write down when to wrap orders and get them posted, I write down if I've got Etsy orders or wholesale orders that need to go out, even right through to filming these vlogs. I like to keep everything organised and down on paper. I much prefer writing lists on paper than putting them on my phone or something, so I find these really helpful. And I thought I would just pop on and say that I have some of these left in my shop now, on my Etsy shop, and they're half price. Now I know earlier in this vlog I mentioned about my half price seconds mugs. These are not seconds, they're brand new. But they are half price, and I'm just going to quickly show you. So there's two designs. This is a bee design, it's a yellow bee design. I'll put pictures up that are better than my camera because it's such a gloomy day today that the camera is not picking these up. And this is the pressed flower, the purple pressed flower one that I'm using at the moment. There are 50 sheets, so you get 50 sheets of paper in each pad. They've got a nice hard back to them as well, and they are great for posting. They're A4 sized, but they will post easily because they're flat, so they're great for gifting. And I just thought I would let you know that if you would like to grab one of these, do that now because they are half price. If a full weekly planner is not your thing and you prefer just a lists for like groceries or shopping lists, then I also do those as well. These ones are little, they're DL size, which is like a normal list pad size. Again, there's 50 sheets of paper in here. They're really easy to tear off. And the best thing about these little list pads is they've got a magnet on the back, so they'll stick to your fridge, which is really handy. And again, these are all over my house. I use these all the time. There's one that's stuck to the fridge in the kitchen. My partner's got one that sticks to his filing cabinet. And I keep one underneath my desk as well, just for extra little notes and things that I want to jot down. So again, if it's not a big weekly planner one that you want, go and grab yourself one of these. Again, really cute little gifts and really easy to post. Speaking of post, and before I sign off, I'd like to give a shout out to two very special followers. Not only are they customers of mine and they watch these videos, but they are also local delivery drivers in my area. So I want to say a big hello and a huge thank you to Tracy and Mark for always being so lovely and going the extra mile for their customers. They helped me out massively last week, and I promised them that I would say hello to them on the telly, as Mark calls it. And also, Birch is your biggest fan, so I'm sure she would like me to say hello to you too. They always bring dog biscuits for Birch when they're delivering. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. I also want to say, obviously, thank you to everyone else who has watched my videos, especially if you've made it all the way to the end. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and you're the reason why I keep making these videos. So thanks again, guys. Have a great week, and see you in the next one.